The world of plug-in vehicles is evolving at an astonishing speed. With every new auto show, we're seeing new models come into the spotlight, and while it might feel like the Tesla Model 3, Tesla Model S and Tesla Model X are the only cars being talked about by many in the space, there are a whole slew of different models available for you to choose from to buy today. Having all of this choice is amazing. I mean, there has never been a better time to get behind the wheel of a plug-in car that fits your needs. From mainstream plug-in hybrid variants of popular internal combustion engine cars through to ground-up electric-only models, if you've got the money to spend, there is a plug-in car for you. The same is true in the used car market. Second-wave electric cars like the Chevrolet Bolt EV and Nissan Leaf E+ have meant that you can now get some really crazy deals on used first-wave electric cars with ranges in the sub-100-mile range. And that's before you even account for all of the used first and second-wave electric cars hitting the used car market because people are upgrading to the Tesla Model 3. But at the same time as all of this is happening, there are many new models coming to the market in the next year or so. For example, Volkswagen says it will have its ID.3 on sale in Europe. The Audi e-tron will have expanded its rollout. Mercedes-Benz will have both the EQC and the EQV on sale. And cars that are currently on sale but have limited availability, like the Hyundai Kona Electric and Kia e-Niro, will hopefully soon be easier to get hold of. So with all of that going on, should you buy a plug-in car now or wait? You've got the money, you want to drive a plug-in vehicle, but you're not sure when the best time to buy is, or even if you should be buying right now. It's a question we're often asked by viewers. So with the end of the summer on the way in the Northern Hemisphere, and many auto dealers now offering big savings on previous model year cars to get them off their lots, we thought it would be about time to try and answer that question. I do feel obliged to note that I have some significant confirmation bias when it comes to buying electric vehicles. I mean, I've been driving them for 12 years and I love them. But I also acknowledge that there are problems and challenges that stop people from making that purchase decision. The first thing I think we need to tackle when it comes to buying now or waiting is addressing a couple of facts that you need to be comfortable with in order to make that purchase decision and actually buy a car. The first one is the seemingly inexorable rate of change in the plug-in vehicle world, far greater than the automotive world in general, which leads to fear of missing out, FOMO. Every year, new models come out with longer ranges than previous model year cars had, and that can make it tough to want to buy a car if you know that there is a better, longer range one on the way. A good example, other than the longer range Raven upgrades applied to the Tesla Model X and S this year, is the 2020 Chevrolet Bolt EV. It has gained a 21-mile increase in range over the previous model year car without an increase in battery pack capacity, just thanks to a few tweaks in the actual cell chemistry inside the car's battery pack. Anyone, I'm guessing, who has just purchased a 2019 Bolt EV might be kicking themselves right now because the new model year car can go further using the same amount of energy. It's more energy efficient. At least they will be kicking themselves if they focus on range and nothing else. But here's the thing, if you constantly look forward to the next better variant of a particular car, you're never going to be at a point where you're ready to buy, because you're going to be worrying about what's coming up and whether that's going to be better than what's available now. Look, I get it. Sometimes you look at the market and decide what's on sale at the price you can afford just won't work. And that's totally okay, if frustrating. But if there's a car that meets your needs, and you find yourself saying, no, I'll wait because I might get a better range or better charging or a better fill in the blank here, then it's likely you're probably never going to make that plunge. If it's not FOMO stopping you, then how about the worry that your car won't meet your needs? That is a common fear of both first-time buyers in the new and used markets. In this case, that fear is often compounded by the guilt of driving an internal combustion engine or the desire to dump the pump, which conflicts your decision-making process and makes it hard to make a decision one way or another, because you really want to drive electric, but you're not sure it will work. A way around this is to tot up your daily driving and checking your regular routes for charging. They can certainly help alleviate the concerns here, but it's also worth noting that some dealerships offer multiple day test drives, so you can actually take a car out and try it on the roads that you're worried about. Usually, that is enough to help you make up your mind. And anecdotally, in more than 12 years of driving a vehicle with a plug, I've only met a handful of people who legitimately regret their purchase decision. But if you are still undecided on if an electric vehicle is right for you versus the earlier FOMO or missing out of longer or better range features, why not look at a plug-in hybrid instead of a fully electric model? I have friends who are looking to buy plug-in hybrids rather than purely electric models because they are genuinely unsure if they have the charging network in their region to make a fully electric model work for them. And to that end, they're looking to buy a plug-in hybrid now rather than wait. And that is fantastic because it gets them behind the wheel of a plug-in vehicle sooner, and it gets them driving on electric and starting their transition to cleaner fuel today. The final buy now versus wait, of course, comes into play when talking about prices. Electric vehicles are generally getting cheaper to buy on the used car market and maybe a little bit cheaper to buy on the new car market. If you wait, you might argue you'd get a better deal. Be aware here that there are many pitfalls on this. You have to wait longer to recap the benefits of going electric, and you may find out that you miss out on incentives currently in place. If you're buying used, incentives are less of a worry, but it goes without saying that new or used, you shouldn't be making a purchase decision that would put you in tough financial places. You need to be able to afford the car with or without incentives. Of course, one option is to lease, or at least if you're looking to get a new car. There tends to be less financial risk associated with leasing, and it can help alleviate several of the worries and challenges I've laid out above. You can transfer your lease if you need to. The TLDR? Be content with the fact that electric car technology will continue to improve, just like a cell phone or a computer. Be okay with the fact that your car will inevitably be able to do less in 1 or 2 or 3 years than the new models will be able to do. And if that really bugs you, then lease rather than buy. But right now is a good time to buy, especially if you can nab a really sweet fall deal. That's it. Thanks for watching. And if you want us to make more videos like this, please do like, comment and subscribe. Consider sending a couple of dollars our way every month through Patreon. Send us a coffee using Ko-fi, or visit our merch store and buy some of our Transport Evolved swag. There's some new shirts coming up very soon. I'll be back with more content for you all to enjoy in the not too distant future. But until then, behave yourselves, keep evolving.